Welcome to this month's Outfitter Tales, which is the October edition. So, the news. We're wearing a clue. Delighted to let you know that in our new monthly venture now, this kind of slight relaunch, I suppose you would say.
Evolved.
It's evolved. Evolution of our show. Most of the sponsors are with us. We've got a little bit coming up in a minute with Zosh, but Zosh, that's my dog.
Yeah.
Josh even.
Has your teeth gone?
So really, we're delighted. So Stalking show in April, we will be, all being well, on a stand with Holland's Country Clothing.
Who's going to be on the stand?
Yeah, I was just waiting for him to get that in. Yeah, okay.
Who's going to be on the stand?
I'll be floating around.
Who's actually going to be working?
He'll be doing the work. Yeah. So come and see him. And
come see me, guys, not us. Come and see me.
I'll be there at some stage, floating around. But you know, it's great. I mean, I think the Stalking show really epitomises everything that we think a show should be about.
In my opinion, and everyone I speak to, is by far, for stalkers especially. Stalking,
yeah, the Stalking.
It's the best show going.
So we're going to be working closely with David, Deanne and the team. And that side, great setup. April next year, there will be some promotional stuff coming along. We'll be having some giveaways. We will be filming at the show.
Tickets, maybe?
Sorry?
Some free tickets?
I think we're going to be organising 3 tickets. I think Sarah and Matt at Holland's are maybe thinking about maybe some clothing, a clothing giveaway, and then we might have 1 or 2 other things in the pipeline, but we're not going to say too much about that now because it's still in the
pipeline,
early stages. So, like I said, really looking forward to that. Great show. We're going to be there the whole time, the whole weekend.
I am, yeah.
Well, I am as well.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily.
I'm going to be there.
You can have an hour off.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. So coming up this week, really this is a bit of a feature about Nocpix this month. Really we've been asked an awful lot, you and me, about the thermal products we're using, scopes,
and why.
Why basically. So what we've done is we've done a little bit of unboxing. We've done a little bit of review of stuff that we've been using in the field over the last course of probably nearly 18 months now.
Yep.
Why we like it, why it works, and just a few little bits and pieces about setting things up. We've just put an ACE scope on a new rifle. So
just to be clear, guys, we're not showing you how to set it all up because that's going to be a totally separate video. It's just we're going to show you how we've set it up and what we use and how
just
to do
a quick
and how quick it is.
A quick overview, really, of the kit we're using and why we're using it. So Josh is going to come along in a little while and make an announcement. So a good show. So we've got ACE.
Nocpix, so with some hunting footage.
Yeah.
So live action hunting footage.
Yeah, so we've got both fox and
fox, rabbit, deer.
Rabbit and deer. I want to talk about the Lumi, particularly the Lumi H35, which I've been using, and also the new Lumi H35R, the rangefinding variant, which I've just got out of the box. So I'll be looking at that. And we are hoping to, we haven't yet, get our hands on the new Nocpix.
So at the time of filming, it's not actually been released yet. It's 3 days to release. So the new Nocpix is an NV night vision and daytime scope to rival some of the other sort of ATN, Nocpix, Hig Micro, Pulsar, Digiscopes, all them sort of stuff. So
we're hoping to, we're not introducing it at the moment because we're not sure I'm going to get it, but we should have it in time just to do a little bit of something about that. So again, sort of watch this space really. Out here in South Ayrshire in the Galloway Hills, the weather and terrain can really test your kit. The Tasso are made for it. Bogs, burns and brambles, these just handle it. What I like about the boot most is the balance. It's light enough to wear all day, but yet strong enough to cope with whatever the ground can throw at you. For me, the Tasso is the ideal stalking boot. Comfortable out of the box, obvious quality, and designed here in the Galloway Hills. I'm with Josh from Brandecosse. I think everybody knows that I'm a fan of your boots.
Hopefully so, at least. I
only operate and use the best kit, as you know that, and it's got to work for me, and I want to be able to put them on, get out there and keep my feet dry and comfortable, and they are. So I've got to say, this is no bullshit because I don't bullshit. Brandecosse boots are the best stalking boots on the market by a country mile.
Thank you very much.
And you haven't paid me to say that. We could negotiate afterwards, but that's quite serious and genuine. Right, so I think maybe let everybody know.
You know, going forward, it's very exciting to say that we're happy to support you and Rab in the next chapter of Outfitter Tales. You know, we've done quite a bit of work together over the years, and you know, we couldn't think of anybody better to get you out there, get some boots and feet, and see how you get on. So, you know, we're here. We're very much excited to see where he's get to.
And that's brilliant. I mean, Steve's had to leave us, as you know, so we've had to, last couple of months has been a bit of restructuring. You appreciate that, you run your own business, so you know exactly so. That's just difficult circumstances for Steve. We wish him well, problems at home. But it's me and Rab, so I have to get more involved with Rab, unfortunately.
That's it. Well, maybe I can come on and break it up a little.
Yeah, you can talk to him. But yeah, no, that's great. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And it also means I get to keep wearing the boots.
Yeah, that's it. Just hopefully not that shiny.
No, hey, these are shiny. They'll not be like that for long.
No, I hope not.
Awesome. Right, this is what good dog. He's got a nice book down here in thick vegetation. Get out to walk and never mind find a deer in it. Right, so one of the things I'm asked a lot, apart from the thermal and sort of Nocpix gear that we're using, is which would be, or what is the item that I use most, and if I only had one Nocpix product, what would it be? Well, bear in mind my role is I'm out every day in the Galloway Hills and the surrounds like we've sat in today, up on our range, and I need something that's easily transportable and quality and not heavy. So probably the kit that I use most, in fact not probably, the item that I use most and would be lost without is the Lumi H35. I'm going to talk about this in a minute, the H35R, but this has been with me now for probably I think close on 18 months. So bear in mind, if you're a recreational stalker, how much use your equipment will get. I'm out in the field every day, sometimes twice a day, and that's been for the past 18 months. So that's been around my neck for 18 months. It's been used by clients, it's been used by me, it's been dropped, it's had all sorts of things done to it. It's as good as the day it was given to me, apart from we lost a little bit of the logo there. That works fantastically well. Very, very clear, mid-range, quality thermal. Compact, neat. I actually wear this now just sat on top of my vernacular harness. It sits there quite nicely, and I have it on a kind of short leash, so it sits and hangs like that, and I can just pick it up and use it. It's compact, it's out of the way. It's light, ergonomic, fits in the hand beautifully, and your fingers naturally go over the controls. The controls themselves are actually simplicity itself. On-off button, press and hold it. Unit takes about 2 or 3 seconds to warm up, and then you're ready to go. You've got very, very good record facility on it, very good quality, very good image, sharp focus here, menu button right in the middle. Again, you don't even have to look at this, you can just press it either a short press or long press, brings whichever menu you're going to use, and then your up and down arrows move it around. It's absolute simplicity. Standard battery, drops in there, rechargeable, gives me about 4 hours. So you can carry a spare battery in your pack, you're good to go for 8 hours, not that you're out for 8 hours. So this is great. What I'm quite excited about is that I've been upgraded. So now we've got the big brother to this, which is the Lumi H35R, and like all Nocpix products, I'm going to get this out in the field and test it. Beautifully packaged, really neat. Nice instructions in there, clear, quick start guide, nice little thank you, and then everything else is contained in 2 neatly packed compartments. You can wear this if you want on the side of your belt as a pouch. Again, nice and neat. Just very convenient. So we've got in here, it's a slightly different, but if I can get it out, that's how well packaged it is. So basically look at the 2 units and they're almost identical really. Just slightly larger, and this is obviously the range finding element. So very little changes. This is great. Identical, so I don't need to learn a whole new set of processes and procedures for this, because it operates exactly the same way, and the only thing it's giving me now is a range finding capability, which for me is essential. When we're out with clients and I'm looking at a deer through the thermal, I don't have to drop down to a pair of binoculars to basically check the range of the deer. The unit will actually give me that information, which is handy. So also, if you're using a thermal and your binoculars don't have a range finding capability, now you've got one. So looking forward to getting that out. We'll talk about that again after 3 or 4 months when I've actually used it, but basically it's not going to give me much more than that, apart from the fact that I've obviously got the range finding capability. And as far as robustness, I think a lot of people were worried in the early days of thermals and image intensifiers and all the rest of it, just how much they would stand up to sort of wear and tear. So like I said, I've probably done as much stalking and out in the field using that in 18 months, and probably most people are going to do in about 10 years if you're basically travelling for your stalking and everything. And not that I'm knocking or decrying, you know, recreational stalkers or anything, I'm just sort of being realistic and put a realistic expectation of the longevity of your kit. That's going to see you out. So good investment, and not going to break the bank either. So punches far above its weight. Everything that I need in a thermal with me in the field when I'm yomping across the hills is right there. So worth a look. Nocpix kit in general is superb. We're reviewing various items and each one's got its own use. If you're a fox-in man, you probably want maybe one of the larger upgrades, Vista or something like that. The thermal binoculars are brilliant either. So it really depends what you're doing. But for me, with my day job, that's the unit that's out with me. Okay, so working with Nocpix, just delivered from Hawk UK, who are the distributors of Nocpix in the UK. We've got one of the ACE series scopes, thermal scopes. In here is the the ACE H50R. It's good for your Yorkshire accent, is that? So series consists of ACE 60 down to the ACE L35, so there's 4 units in the series at the moment. So this is the 50. Quite a bit of weight to that actually, as always nicely boxed. So again, I have no knowledge or have not used thermal scopes before, so we're certainly going to see how this performs. It will be a genuine honest field review. Spare battery in there for me, which I asked for. Again, always a manual. With Nocpix kit there's always a manual, quick start guide. I like that. I like to be able to look at something rather than just reading it online. Nicely packaged again. Everything is very neat in here. So for transportation purposes, I mean, that's really secure. Transporting it around in your car, etc. Little felt pouches, actually, those are nice. So 2 batteries come supplied as standard. That extra one was one that I particularly asked for, so there's 2 batteries supplied as standard. There's the charging unit itself, velcroed in. So that's the unit itself. Nice bit of weight to that actually. Nice bit of weight to that. Again, pretty standard operating intuitive controls. Zoom. We've got a lens cover. So as much as I know about this unit is here in my hand, and other than that no research done whatsoever, so I'll read the book, we'll get it on a scope and we'll get that out in the field. Okay, so we've unboxed our ACE H50R Nocpix scope. What we've done now is we've paired this with 243 Tikka 243 rifle. Mostly kind of use this for kind of foxing and vermin work. So the ACE itself, really I don't know what you say, is not a lot to like about Nocpix products because they're just quality out of the box. The packaging is excellent when it comes, which is a mark of quality I think anyway. Scope itself, like all of the Nocpix products, follows a very set procedure, so it doesn't really matter which particular optical product you're using. They follow very much a standard method of operation, so once you've kind of learned how to operate one, that's consistent throughout the range, which I like that. Not everybody does that, and it's very simple to use. They have to be robust for us. We're out on the hills, Galloway Hills. They get a fair bit of hard handling from both us and particularly clients, so they've got to be robust, and they've proved that, certainly all the products I've used over the years. Nice little lens cover, which I like, nice and neat, doesn't make a lot of noise when you operate it. You've got both optical and you've got digital zoom, so you've got the best of both worlds. Nice size of scope actually, a little bit of weight to it. Weight I like on a rifle like this because balance, because we are invariably using this off quad sticks when we're out, or another sort of support mechanism, because we not often can we get down on a bipod because of the terrain that we operate in. So weight is actually advantageous. Eye relief is good. You don't have to have this cup protector if you want. You can take that off and use it without it. Personally I like it on night vision because you can put your eye very close into it. Just very simple to operate. You've got very intuitive as well, so you just hand onto the on-off button. Probably takes about a couple of seconds to power up, and then you've probably got another second before your onboard displays come on. You've got both an internal and an external battery source, so it's giving you about approximately 8.5 to 9 hours of operational use in normal situation. So I like that. So as long as you've got a spare battery in your pocket, even if you forgot to charge it or whatever, you've still got a backup, and it does go into standby mode when it's actually lent up, or you've got it sort of on your back. So again, battery powering. Record, you can get it to record automatically on sort of trigger if you like, so that's a good thing as well. So really good bit of kit. So all we need to do now is to check it out and see how it operates. So we'll give it a shot or two. Not the ideal conditions for zeroing a thermal scope, but we've got a heat pad on the front. Okay, the thing about zeroing these scopes, most thermals now, you've got a one-shot zero. That's pretty reasonably accurate actually straight out of the box, I think. So you can basically pick and dial your zero into your shots. Makes it very, very easy. Actually comfortable to use, really clear. I mean, it's a really bright day here, and a lot of thermals you use, you really have a problem setting them up. To be honest, I could probably see sufficiently well without a little bit of foil on the target to actually zero that. So that's actually a good thing as well, saves a lot of messing about, but real clarity of picture. But what we've done is, I'm going to mess around and set and play around with this, but rather than boring you with taking loads and loads of shots, I'm going to take one shot now, put another target up, and then we'll zero it in, but we'll show that on the onboard sort of controls, if you like, so you'll actually see the function of how that operates. So you take your shot, you can see where the round's gone, and then dial the crosshairs into the actual position of shot. Now, people that use thermal scopes all the time, I'm not teaching my grandmother to suck eggs, but bear in mind a lot of people that are watching these things have never actually handled a scope before, and I don't class myself as an expert by any stretch of the imagination with the thermal scopes. In fact, I'm pretty much of a novice. Rab does most of the Fox control. So for me, genuinely, it needs to be easy, because I'm not used to using these things. Most of my work is done with a normal scope, but I am mightily impressed with the Nocpix products since I've started using and looking down them. And so far, very, very, very impressed. I mean, we will bring kind of long-term review of the ACE as we've used it in the field, and we've been using, Rab's been using it, I've used it a little bit, so we've got a few clips of it in action, so we'll tag them into this as well, so you can actually see how it performs in the field, and you can see what you're actually looking at through the scope. So it'll give you an idea and a comparison. You are paying a considerable amount of money, and this is quite an investment, but to be honest, it's probably like most things in life, you get what you pay for. So if you want a really, really good product, then probably the Nocpix is certainly worth serious consideration. So we'll continue, we'll set this up, and then we'll show you on screen how that operates.
So this evening, guys, we're out at one of my permissions that I've got up near Kilmarnock, near my father's place. he's out with me this evening, another end of the camera, unfortunately. What we've got here is it's a small holding, small farm, but it's also got dog kennels, and they run the kennels here. And there's a field just over there with a few rabbits in it. You'll see what I mean hopefully in a minute. I've had a quick look with the Nocpix Vista, and there's a few out already, so we'll just get set up and then we'll go out and we'll see how many we can smack. We've been asked to do this by the landowner because over that side over here there's a rugby pitch getting built, and that's where all the rabbits used to hang out, and basically they've all been forced across the road onto her side, and she puts horses in these fields now and again, and the last thing she wants is the rabbits digging holes into the field and the horses breaking their legs. So let's see how we get on tonight. Just a quick run through the kit again. So shooting sticks, the Viperflex Pro, the Vista thermal, this is what I'll be using to spot with, and obviously the bolt, Nocpix bolt on top of the 2.2 subsonics. Let's see how we get on. Right, so there's a few out there at the moment. Hopefully we'll be able to see these on the Vista. Record. So let's see if we can get ourselves a couple. Position a wee bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and use the rangefinder, see how well I've set it up. Ooh. Flyer. I've also been getting a couple of fires now and again with these rounds. As you've probably seen the footage there, there's a couple of rabbits that I've shot at, and then the first rounds went nowhere near, and then bang on with the second round. Same distance, same point of aim. I don't know. I might have to try and give the rifle a good clean just in case. Right, well, they did hang around for a little while, but they all seem to have now gone to ground. I think we've probably shot about 20. We'll just go and see and recover them from the field and see how many we've got. I'm sure my dad will give me a hand doing this though. Yeah, good wee night. We've only been out sort of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and we've got 15 rabbits. Possibly 20, we'll count them up. The grass is quite long, so there's probably going to be a few that we won't even see with the thermal, but we'll see how we go. Good night. Not been out long. Obviously I've got a bed to go to because I'm out with clients in the morning, so I don't want to be up too late, and I've got about an hour's drive back home. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys. And just a quick thing on the Nocpix bolt. I'm quite impressed with that actually. For around the £1,500 mark, it's a good little bit of kit. Ideal for your sort of rimfire 17 HMR and close quarter Foxen type ranges. Plenty to see, you're not just shooting at blobs like some of the other cheaper stuff, but no, it does the job. And if I have a play about with it, I'll show you when I get the ballistic calculator working effectively. But no, that's all from me tonight, guys. Have a good night.
So, as always, thanks for watching. Remember, it is important to like social media, YouTube channel, like, cross-refer, phone a friend, pass it on, get it out there, because we need viewing figures to be able to keep to bring you these shows.
Chris's ego needs stroking.
Yeah. That's why I'll be floating around at the Stalking show trying to drum up some support. Yeah. Working, always working.
Me too, mate.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and it's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from him.
And as always, watch this space.
Cheers.